Hello all, and welcome to another edition of Figuring Out Life. This is another edition of Figuring Out Plant Mama Life. So I have told the story once of how I was at Walmart and I saw a small piece of a plant on the floor in the nursery area. And lo and behold, I did the right thing, I think. And I said, hey, to an employee that was nearby, can I have this piece that fell off of the plant? She was like, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Which is like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Take it, but just don't ask me for permission to take it. Some people are prop lifters, and I'm trying my best to be on good behavior and not be some people. So I really did the best thing that time, and I'd rather have a wink wink nudge nudge than to not ask. So the plant that I got was called a Tradescantia zebrina, which, if you are familiar, the common term or common name is wandering Jew, but some people are definitely more PC or even more offended by that name. So lately I've seen that people have been starting to call it Wandering Dude. It also has some other names like I've mentioned before, but the point is the part that was on the ground was like less than this length right here from the top to my finger. It was about maybe that length from the top right there to my finger. And already you can see that it's a runner, a vine that likes to run. It loves the light, the indirect light, and I wanted to make it more full because I put it in a very small little pot that's probably about, what, 4 inches? Y'all tell me. I don't know. I'm terrible with measures. And all from that one stem. So what I did was I wanted to do water propagation. So I have placed it in water. If you've noticed from the other video, I did 2 cuttings, and they are just doing their own thing. You can allow this plant to run upward or to run downward, kind of depending on your preference. I'm excited for what I'm going to do with it. I don't even all the way know, but I showed in the previous video how the roots are already, just in 2 to 7 days you'll have roots. I allow this thing to sit longer than it probably needs to. So today is the day that I'm going to make this little planter box, which is really just a box to work in so I don't get dirt everywhere. So I'm going to take these cuttings that have been propagated in water and I'm going to add them, I think, still to this small little pot that it's in, but soon I'm going to be checking the roots in this one. Oh, they're already hanging down. Oh. And it's rocks in the bottom of this. I did that so that you see the rocks, the roots are in the rocks and they're hanging down. So guess what? It's gonna get a bigger pot. Exciting. All right, so there we have it. It's actually not as root bound as I would think, but it is doing great. So maybe I will try to still use the same pot, but the pot that I have currently in this room with me is, I think, way too big. So I'm going to go and look at what I have because I know I have another baby or two that maybe need to step up a size. So I'm still very excited for this because whether I do a new pot today or not, it's on the grow. And who doesn't love it when their plants are on the grow? So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, and we're still going to do something fun with this today. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so I did some digging, I did some searching, and I had this one plant that I was air propagating, and I cut the stem, and I can already tell that my roots are not doing good in this. I'm just taking up extra pot space. So I'm gonna switch over, and I'm gonna go back to that plant, and I'm going to take another piece, because I now have 2 plants in that planter from where I did do the air propagation, and this was supposed to be a third, and this is not faring well at all. I don't even really know what the plant is called. I'll have to look it up again. These roots, I think, look kaput, like they've had it. So this one is not necessarily the pass and the success that I was hoping for, but there is still life and hope for the planter. So that's what we're going to use today. Stay tuned. Okay, so from here, I just have a little dirt. Can you see that? A little dirt in the bottom. That was pre-existing dirt from the failed attempt. Now we are adding the soil from the cup that had our wandering Jew plant in it, like so. So that's it so far. Okay, you see? And now we're going to be adding our other newly propagated babies in there. And I will be able, look at that. Okay. And really, I found myself giving that thing extra time. I know I could have put it in dirt before now, but I was just enjoying seeing how thick the roots look like they can get. I have never been one to necessarily rush water propagation. Maybe someday I will, especially if I'm trying to share for a particular person or particular reason. I see people on Facebook a lot that, like, you know, say they're doing purges or they're selling what they have, and I'm not quite at that place yet. Right now I'm just trying to get the babies ready for my house. This will be a good time to share this one and put it in something. But can you see that? I've made a little hole with my finger, and I'm sticking this down in that hole, and then I'm still going to put some fresh dirt around it. If I was doing better, I probably would have removed that bottom leaf there. But I didn't. I'm like, remove as few leaves as possible. Keep her as whole as possible. So maybe I will call her Hadassah and honor her heritage with a biblical name. We will see. This one doesn't really have a name yet. I think I was calling her TZ or Tizzy, just based on the initials for Tradescantia Zebrina. I was calling her TZ. That's one, and right now it's growing up, and I'm gonna pack it in there better because this is only a few extra inches. And then this is the other, and this was in rainwater. I love to propagate in rainwater, so those are the roots coming from there. Those meet the qualification. Had them in regular rainwater, and I'm about to use some of that rainwater in the container. All right, keep watching. Okay, this is a little bit more challenging than I thought, but now I'm just going through and I'm adding dirt on top of where I have planted these two propagations in the same pot, and I'm going to also be like patting the pot. You're looking more at me than anything, but I'm just adding dirt to where that's one newbie. There's the other newbie, original strand. It's literally facing every possible direction, and that's okay for now. It's gonna do its own thing when I get it in its final placement anyway. And I love that about this plant. I was just like, yeah, I think I'll grow this way and that way, and enjoy all of the direction I can get. So I'm not mad at her. Let's see. I kind of like the fact that this is growing upward. And here are some of the roots from before. I may just, I don't know, I'm tempted to throw those back in the pot somehow, in case they can have independent parts come up. So that might be the next thing I'm doing here. But these things are so easy to propagate. I also could have just placed them directly in dirt, chop and prop directly in the dirt, and it would have formed roots. So there is no need to even feel like you have to water propagate. You can skip that step altogether. Chop yourself a piece of a stem, place it in dirt, and it will establish roots. You would need to do it right at a growth node, which will be a segment right under a leaf. So under any leaf would be considered like a growth node section, and that would be the easiest way if you didn't feel like looking at the coolness of seeing your roots form in water. I am going to be switching over to more clear pots so that I can keep a better eye on my root systems. But for now, I just used what I have handy, which is always brown, green, or brown, green, I think, or blue are most of my colors. No, black, like the one I'm holding now. I might have a couple of blue, but mostly brown, green, and black pots is what I currently have. And I'm okay with that. So this hopefully is packed in good enough, but still will have good drainage. This previously was a creeping Jenny, according to the old signage from the store. And that makes me think it was my mom's pot previously, because I don't ever remember having a Jenny in the collection. Okay, so this is this. And now she's going to be full, and she's going to grow in all sorts of directions. She's going to grow up. She's going to be growing to the sides. She's got this little addition here. So I will keep you all posted. Check back on Hadassah or TZ, and feel free to tell me how yours are doing. You know, how long does it take them to get super full? I want this to be super full, but it is really doing its thing. I have not had it that long, only a few months. I'm excited about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. And I am definitely wishing all of you peace, love, and happiness in all of your plant journeys and all of your life journeys. So, peace. Thanks so much for watching. Continue to watch. Check back in. Thank you. With TZ, pour a little bit of that rainwater on. It's water day here, and we always use rainwater because plants love it. All right. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is what I was using. Just a little piece of styrofoam from a packing box. But it was perfect because it had a nice little nook in it for me to do my planting without making a mess. Use what you got and make it work. All right. Be blessed.